All right, well, good evening, everyone. I wanted to make this session tonight really as engaging as possible for everyone. So first of all, thank you all for tuning in to our Prodigy Parent Night. If you guys have any comments, questions, or anything you'd like to bring up, please write it in the chat and we'll try to address as many questions as possible throughout our webinar today. Now, without further ado, oh, without further ado, let's jump let's jump right into it then. So first of all, once again, thank you all for attending our Prodigy Parent Night here. I wanted to introduce our webinar team. My name is Matt, and I'm here today with my colleague, Lisa Stroud, and we're both Prodigy training specialists. We help out thousands of users around the world, and we'll be taking you all through your Prodigy parent accounts, showing you all the features available that you have to help your child throughout their education. Now, moving forward, once again, if you guys have any questions, put them in the chat and we'll try to address them all. Now, with that said, the agenda for today's session is as follows. We're going to have a nice walkthrough and introduction as to what is Prodigy. Then afterwards, we're going to go over how Prodigy helps you as a parent to keep your child engaged and excited to practice math. We're also going to have a short example of the Prodigy game experience that your child will go through, and a live demonstration of your parent account and resources you have available and how to link your child's account to your Prodigy parent dashboard, as well as some next steps and how to get started with your own parent accounts. So, what is Prodigy? I wanted to give you all some insight as to who we are as a company. Prodigy is a supplemental math game for elementary and middle school students, and our game is structured like an MMORPG, where students are able to quest, battle, and explore in a safe and educational online world. We are the most engaging math platform in the world, curriculum aligned with adaptive math content for grades 1 to 8, loved by over 50 million students, and loved by over 1 million teachers around the world. Now, this ties directly into our company mission, which is to help every student in the world to love learning. We believe that every child in the world, regardless of what zip code they were born into, can succeed. We act on that belief by reimagining learning, a world where every child loves to learn and where all children have equitable access to transformational content. Now, we do that by making the world's most fun and accessible math game online. It is designed to be deeply engaging for students, elevating students' confidence through adaptive play. And it's super easy for teachers, parents, and administrators to use for purposeful differentiation, personalization, motivation, reward, and intervention. And in just 6 years since its inception, over 1 million teachers across 180,000 schools and 50 million students across grades 1 to 8 have joined the Prodigy community and fan club. Now, we've built this incredibly engaging virtual world that allows students to create their very own character and learn alongside their classmates, but at their very own pace. To keep all of this education content free in a sustainable fashion, we have a completely optional parent upgrade, which only unlocks extra in-game features. So, for example, some of the hairstyles and costumes in-game are available for free players, while other special items and collectibles require a membership to unlock. Now, 50 million students love to play Prodigy, but currently we only see 2% of our registered students convert to a membership, and they effectively subsidize the cost for the 98% of other students that are playing entirely for free. Of course, the key distinction here is that locked features are not related to the educational components of the program, which parents love since we provide an even playing field for all children to learn and succeed academically. Prodigy memberships are primarily for students who want to take their Prodigy experience to the next level. Once again, the thing to note is that the math content and the questions being asked are never affected by a Prodigy membership. Memberships primarily involve more in-game enhancements for your child. Here's a chart showing some of the in-game benefits of becoming a member. Prodigy memberships are completely optional, but it's a great way to reward your child for being excited about using an educational resource and wanting to practice math at home. Lastly, we do have some research behind student membership, Prodigy memberships versus non-members, and we see that children with memberships do answer on average 125% more questions. Now, we're going to take a small look at what Prodigy gameplay looks like and how your child has been learning with our gamified education. So I have a little video here that's going to show you guys exactly what your child is encountering on Prodigy when they log into our game. So after our child has logged into their main login screen here, they're just going to select the next button down here to access the main world of Prodigy. Afterwards, they're going to have the option to select playing from school versus playing from home. Next up, our student is in the world of the Firefly Forest. They're going to walk up, and a wild pet is now going to approach our student, making the first battle appear. Now, this is a turn-based combat system where our spell menu will pop up, and after we've selected our Starbit Blast, the first question screen has appeared. You can see on screen here a whole bunch of great virtual manipulatives to help our child understand these questions. Things like a hint button here, pencils on screen to write down and make jot notes to break down these equations, some virtual manipulatives like counters, base blocks, coins for any sort of currency questions, and fraction guides to really help break down and understand these problems. As well, a nice text-to-speech button here at the top left for anyone who would like to have a nice audio-based prompt. But when our student is confident in their answer, they'll select it, afterwards selecting cast spell at the bottom right, resulting in doing damage if they got the correct answer here in this battle. Of course, only correct answers are incentivized, so your child can't simply just click through the questions there. They're going to have to pay attention to the math content on screen in order to win these battles. Now, skipping just a little bit ahead in my presentation here, we can see after the third question in this example, our child has actually resulted in mastering a skill for ordering numbers after getting this question correct. Now, this will unlock an in-game math badge, sort of like a video game achievement for your child, a really great, encouraging, exciting feature in Prodigy, ensuring that your child is actually mastering skills within the curriculum, but at the same time, unlocking special abilities and rewards for your character in-game. A great way to motivate and engage your students while playing at home or in the classroom. And now we can see after the battle has been won, your child will be rewarded with some experience points, gold coins, other collectible items to really help keep them engaged and motivated to keep answering questions in game. Now, Brittany asks, what's the difference in the two options of home versus school? While selecting from home, you're able to choose different worlds to connect to on Prodigy, and you'll be able to see all the other players online at the exact same time. And as well, a whole bunch of other great features like your own house, the Dino Den, Lamplight Town, great more gamified sections of the game will only be available while selecting playing from home. Versus playing from school, those elements will be removed to ensure your child is on task while playing Prodigy in the classroom. Now, we often hear from parents and teachers that one of the biggest challenges in math is a lack of engagement from students. We believe this stems from a fixed mindset towards math, resulting in negative attitudes and behaviors. We aim to correct that by instead creating and promoting a growth mindset. This is a cycle of a fixed mindset towards math. Consider how this cycle looks. If your children believe they are not good at math, their moods and behaviors will negatively align with that. They feel like they're not good at math, so they feel anxious and defeated and thus give up and often disengage or misbehave as an avoidance mechanism. If we can reverse that trend and change their behavior because of the love of the game, we can ultimately impact their moods and thoughts and reverse the cycle completely. If we can help children to feel like they're good at math and develop a love of it, then we can help them to feel motivated, happy, and confident, which leads to more focused gameplay and thus more math development. So with that in mind, we're going to discuss your Prodigy Parent account and what it can do for your family back home. Now, you can create your own Prodigy Parent account for free, which I'm going to walk you all through shortly. But what can your parent account do for you? Well, first, you can link your child's account to be kept in the loop on how they're doing through your real-time parent dashboard. You'll also have the option to sign up for email updates as your children complete teacher-assigned content. You'll be notified. It's a great way to keep them accountable for completing upcoming homework or practicing for an upcoming quiz. Lastly, you do have the ability to set goals for your child, and setting goals based off questions answered within Prodigy. Once goals are completed, you actually have the ability to unlock a special in-game reward for your child. It's a really fun way to be involved in your child's Prodigy experience and to reward them along the way as well. So now we're going to jump over to our company website, and I'm going to take you guys through how to create a Prodigy Parent account for yourself. So Lisa was asking, how do they go to a new grade level in Prodigy? Well, there is a diagnostic assessment, and which we call the placement test, that every child will participate in throughout their use of Prodigy, which is actually going to automatically adjust using self-learning algorithms to keep each child in their zone of proximal development. So throughout the gameplay, they will be leveling up their grade level gradually as they answer questions correctly. Now, I'm going to click on Get Your Free Account to show you guys how to set up a Prodigy Parent account. We first select on the option of Parent at the top, typing in my full name here, and of course, which email I'd like to use for my account. Now, after I've created an account, we have multiple different options here to either link a previously created account, or if your child doesn't have a Prodigy account, we can create one for them right here as well. All we need is a first name and the last name initial from our child, and of course, which country we want to align to so we can set up our proper curriculum. Next up, we just have to choose the grade level for our child. And of course, we can always override this setting later if we ever need to adjust this level of content. There we go. Our child's account is now created and linked to our new parent dashboard. Once again, it will provide us with the username and password so we can remember that in order anyone's ever forgot their password. So after I hit continue there, we can see some actionable insights for our student Adam. Really just letting us know that Adam's going to earn in-game badges and rewards for learning curriculum-aligned content and teacher-approved math content. Your child will also learn at their own pace using these self-learning algorithms. It's going to cater to them exactly where they are, and you'll get actionable insights as to how well they're doing. Now, your child will get lots of math practice while playing in a safe, fun environment for free. The first thing our Prodigy Parent Dashboard is going to prompt us to do is to create a goal for our child. Now, goals are completed by answering a certain amount of questions in game, and we can see here that typically a child in grade 4 answers about 10 to 20 questions per day. So depending on how you'd like to push your own child, we can of course encourage them with a bigger goal here or adjust it down the line as well. Once our child has completed the goal, it is time to reward them for all of their hard effort afterwards as well. And we can do that by going back onto our parent dashboard and sending them to a reward in game. And of course, the last option we do have here as well is to sign up for monthly report cards that will be automatically emailed to you, giving you updates as to how well your child is progressing throughout the curriculum. Tiffany is asking, so once we have an account, can we log in anywhere? Yes, that's true. As soon as you guys have an account set up, the only place you'd have to log into is right here at the top right of our website, prodigygame.com. And doing so is very easy. You just have to type in your email and associated password with your account. Now, the Prodigy Parent Dashboard is the perfect way to monitor how your child is progressing throughout the curriculum while playing Prodigy. It gives you an overview of your child's usage, and I'm going to take you guys through now all the information that is available. When we log into our Prodigy Parent account from your we're going to find your My Children page right away, and this is going to show us all of our linked child accounts that we have available on our parent dashboard. If you want to view anyone's progress, you can do so by clicking on View Progress right below them on the first screen. Now, this is going to bring us to the 5 different main navigation tabs at the top left of our parent dashboard. We're going to walk through all of them here, starting off with our main dashboard first. Here we can see a whole bunch of great recent activity and quick information regarding our child on Prodigy. Starting off with our goal overview. This is going to provide you with a quick update of where your child is at in the current assigned goal. As well, we can see how long this goal has been in place for, and you have the option to edit this goal or the current requirements of it in case you're thinking it's a little bit too much for your child or you'd like to adjust it to encourage and push them a little bit further. Next up, we have the grade level over here at the right. This area will show you if your child is working at a specific grade level or if they're still working through the placement test to determine their grade level. Our placement test starts immediately on Prodigy and runs in the background as the game is being played. It begins one level below the grade that you've selected for your child, and then our algorithm will adapt to best determine where your child's grade level really is. Now, after the test ends, our curriculum continues to adapt, revisiting prerequisites or jumping ahead depending on how well your child is performing. Now, Wendy is asking, is there any difference between the Prodigy computer version versus the app? And no, there is no difference. You can play the exact same game on both platforms. Next up, we have our recent activity down here below. Here you can view your child's recent activity and the content they're currently working on, giving you a quick view of the recent skills your child has encountered in game and their average score for each of these skills based off the number of correct answers provided. Up here at the top right, now we have our weekly questions answered widget. This widget allows you to review the number of questions that your child has worked on at school, in the classroom, or at home. Now, this is color-coded with purple to represent questions being answered at home and blue for questions being answered at school in the classroom. This widget is also updated in real time as your child continues to play on Prodigy. The individual weeks can be toggled using these arrow keys at the left of the This Week button here. And you can use This Week button to quickly jump back to the current week at any time so you can once again review that progress. Now, scrolling down, we do have our curriculum progress here as well. This will essentially let you, or this widget will let you see the percentage of the content completed in each grade. So you may see multiple different grade levels here on this widget due to the placement test offering questions from a variety of grade levels throughout the adaptive gameplay. And you can review that once more by selecting on these arrow keys to go and see how far your child has progressed through each grade level of curriculum. Now, Tiffany asks, is the parent dashboard only available when I get a membership? And no, that is not the case. The parent dashboard is free for every parent around the world who wants to get involved on their child's education in Prodigy. Now I'm going to jump over to our goal progress tab here at the top left of our screen. This tab will let you either set new goals or review a goal that you have currently for your child. The Goal Progress tab will also show you how many goals were completed along with some additional details. Now, we recommend using goals and rewards to motivate your child to learn more math through positive reinforcement. Rewarding and encouraging your child's good behavior will result in more good behavior in the future. Then afterwards, your child is rewarded in-game with special prizes for completing a goal. Your child will receive an in-game mail notification after you've set a goal for them. To view their progress during this time, just come back over to the Goal Progress tab at any time to see how things are going. And once your child has completed a goal, you will receive an email saying that your child has accomplished the goal, and you can now send them an in-game reward. This should show the goal amount and display the child's name as well. So I'm going to go back to Sally, another student on my parent account here. And now we can see, using my goal progress tab, I have the ability to send Sally a reward by clicking on this button here. Now Sally has got a prompt for an in-game special item that will be available the next time Sally logs into her Prodigy account. And once again, I can set another goal after we provided this reward, and our child will be prompted once again to keep being encouraged and to keep practicing answering more questions on Prodigy. Jumping back to Dylan. Novella James asks, can I access the parent dashboard any other way than through the email? You definitely can. All you'd have to do is go to prodigygame.com and click on the login button, typing in your username and password, which would be your email, of course, when you set up your account. Or you can use the hyperlink provided through the monthly report cards that are emailed to you on a monthly basis. Now, jumping over to our report card tab, this is the third section of our parent dashboard. This is going to give you quick access to the monthly report cards that are automatically emailed to you at the end of each month. Even if you've deleted your emails, we'll still have it on record for you, so don't you worry. You can review your report card on a month-by-month basis using these arrow keys at the top of the screen here to navigate through monthly information. As well, you can actually use the grade level setting here as well to change the level of content that you'd like to review through this drop-down menu. Now, to go over all elements of our report card here, we can see a total evaluation here at the top left. This section of your report card will provide you with a comparison of last month's stats and this month's. You can see how your child's overall percentages for the grade, as well as the number of correct versus incorrect answers here, highlighting the key differences between one month to another. At the right, we have our evaluation breakdown. This shows you an evaluation breakdown of what domains your child is doing well in and which ones they're struggling with, highlighting your child's strongest and weakest domains each month as well. Now, scrolling down a little bit to our goals completed section. This is going to show you a total summary of the number of completed goals from the past month and the total number of questions answered by encouraging your child with setting goals. And lastly, we do have an additional perspective on our curriculum progress once again, and our goal progress here at the bottom once more. Kelly Watson asks, can you set a goal higher than 50 questions? Currently, that is the maximum. We do not have the ability to set goals higher than that, but once goals are finished, you can always just set up a new one and keep rewarding your child once again for all their hard work and effort. Now, jumping over to my curriculum coverage tab, we can now see this tab gives us an overview of how our child is progressing through each skill in the curriculum. And this is broken down through a system of math badges as well. These are very similar to video game achievements that you might have seen before at home. Math badges are awarded to players for mastering a specific skill, and we count mastery as answering 8 questions in a row successfully, of course. Now, this will happen throughout the adaptive gameplay when your child plays Prodigy. Our math curriculum will adapt based on their current grade level. Badges are a fun visualization that your child sees as they master topics. Each badge represents one math topic, and each topic has a set of skills that your child must master in order to complete this badge. Instead of indicating a grade level, badges are associated with collections in-game, and your child will engage in math battles, answering several questions correctly to level up their personal badges. At the same time, they will likely be leveling up badges that are in more than one grade level at the same time, thanks to the adaptive gameplay. Badges contain 1 to 7 ranks that act as badge levels, grouping skills and badge progress to reward and alert your child more often when they meet these milestones. Now, jumping over to our Manage Child tab, this area will let you manage and retrieve your child's account information. You have the ability to change your child's username and password on this screen, as well at the grade level of the current grade or using the current grade override feature. Just so you know, we don't necessarily recommend using this feature in all cases. If your child is playing Prodigy at home and at school specifically, we don't recommend that you use the grade override feature. We want your teachers to know what grade level your child is at, and if they're below the grade level, we want to allow them to see what areas they're struggling in so they can provide appropriate intervention for your child. If you are using Prodigy only at home, know that your child has gone through the placement test and to best determine what grade level they're at. As they master skills, the game will automatically adapt and move them forward throughout these skills and curriculum. If you still want to add the grade override feature, you certainly could. What would happen is your child would encounter questions one grade level below the grade that your account has been set on to ensure they have all the foundational skills and mastered from the previous grade level. Once we see what they do, we will obviously move them organically throughout the adaptive algorithm here as well. And lastly, you can remove a child's account that is linked to your parent dashboard on this screen here. So Tiffany Chung asks, can a teacher see the results from Prodigy 2? Yes, they definitely can. Your teacher will have a Prodigy teacher account, giving them access to a whole bunch of great reports and insight for every child that's linked to their Prodigy classroom, really getting involved in their education and giving them the ability to appropriately intervene and cater to each student's individual area of issue. Andrea Schreck asks, can I transfer a pro account from one of my children who no longer plays to the other? And the answer is yes, you could transfer your child by going through the membership tab and switching which user has that membership. Now, that is all aspects of our parent dashboard. You guys can review your parent dashboard from time to time to get a great sense of how your child is doing and where they might need some help and when to celebrate their success for all of their hard work and effort. Now, I know we had a question in the chat from Beth Murray. How expensive are the Prodigy memberships? We do have a couple different options here. For families with an individual child, it will be billed at $8.95 USD a month, or on a yearly subscription base of $375 a month as well. We do have a family bundle available where if you have two or more child at your home using Prodigy, you can save up to 25% as well. A great way to really save some money and reward your students once again for all of their hard work and efforts. Now we are coming to the conclusion of our Prodigy Parent webinar here today. We have some time to answer a bit more questions here as well. Sam was wondering about other subjects, such as language arts. Currently, Prodigy only supports mathematics, as that is our prime focus on the platform. Stephanie Lee asks, how often are goals that are reached alerted to the parents? This is done through an email notification. It would be done on a single time basis. But anytime you log back into your parent dashboard, it will provide you with several different notifications about the goal being completed as well. Travis Ethan asks, can I link my child's old school account to his new school? You definitely can do so as long as you have their username and password. We can provide that information to any teacher from any school, linking their account once again, getting them very excited and engaged once more to continue practicing Prodigy and mathematics in the classroom. All right. And I know we are coming up to the end of our session here today, guys. I did want to thank everyone, of course, for attending our Prodigy Parent Night. Any questions that weren't answered, we will have our support team try to address the rest of them throughout the chat. And afterwards, if you guys need any more support, feel free to message us and we'd be happy to address your account issues once more. But thank you all very much for attending our live webinar here today. I hope you all enjoyed and learned some exciting information about Prodigy and how you can get involved with your child's education through our Prodigy Parent Dashboard.